The Union.
Yo, guess who's back? Back again.
Really?
AJ's back.
Really?
Tell a
Seriously?
friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's
This
back? Guess
fucking
who's
guy,
back?
dog.
Guess who's back?
Oh,
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I know what's up. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is AJ here with DJ Larry. This is episode 88 of Mid Carter's in Catering Podcast. Yeah, I'm back again. You know, I'm probably gonna leave again like next month. So
you know what, man?
yeah,
I swear to y'all, Larry's day off is coming so soon. It's y'all at least you least
uh,
expect it.
uh,
I'm gonna be like that video of Freddie Gibbs when he was going back and forth with I forget the dude's name, but like he was in the gym like dancing to fucking Tony Braxton and shit. That's just gonna
oh, I
be me
remember
the
that.
week when I'm
I
off.
remember. That's funny as fuck.
But
But yeah.
shout out to Tim for coming through last week, man.
Oh yeah,
It was a
definitely
legendary
shout
episode,
out to my guy Big Tim. Hey, that's my dude, man. Shout out to Tim. Like Tim is one of the funniest people ever, bro. Like hands down. Like
ridiculous.
there could have been no one better to come on here and like fill in for me. You know what I'm saying? Other than like Tim. You know what I'm saying? So I really, really appreciate Tim pulling up and giving a really great episode with you guys. Like you two, y'all chemistry was something crazy too. Like y'all was like
That's my guy,
really,
man.
yeah, y'all was really balling out on that episode. 11-point star, insane. But I'm gonna just leave that,
Yeah,
leave that,
just leave it there.
just
Just leave
leave
it
it
there.
alone for right now.
Yeah, please.
But yeah,
Today has been enough of
oh yes,
Ricos and
yeah, yes it has. It has been quite a
yeah.
bit. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, we're back again, and we're back after a pretty interesting week or 2 weeks of pro wrestling and everything in that matter. Um, So we got a whole lot to talk about on that note. Larry, how's it been going though? How you been, bro?
Oh man, I've been just working, trying to stay out the way, big dog. That's it. Like
Yeah.
that's really it. Last week was, I mean, 2 weeks ago. Now, see, I said last week, so you know how tired I am. But yeah, 2 weeks ago, very good episode. Tim came through, had a blast. Um, just really been building, for Show Your Work, couple things in the works with that. Shout out to Nelson, shout out to Winston Youngin. Um, I want to say shout out to Earl, but I really don't because of
That's
what's
kind
going
of
to take.
crazy.
No, I mean what's going to take place next week. So,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hell yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. The subpoena's on the way. Speaking of
mm,
indictments, um,
the subpoena is on the way. See, I thought we were friends, man.
but well, hey, I didn't ask to be put as lead prosecutor on this. You know what I'm saying? Me personally,
somebody asked you to.
I would like to be Matt Murdock in this whole deal, because, for one, he's one of my favorite,
Mm,
superhero vigilantes, you know what I'm saying? But
hmm
I was kind of put in this position where I had to be on the ops side, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather defend you, you know what I'm saying, personally, but I mean,
It's
I
not too
don't know.
late.
You
It's
kind of
not too
putting
late.
me in a tough spot here, but
I mean, it's not
but
too late. But hey, it is what it is, man. I just want to give a nice quote from Midwest legend Boldy James, who told us, "When I got
oh
friends
wow,
like y'all,
wow, okay,
who the
all right,
fuck need enemies? Left
that's
me with murderous tendencies, man." I just
this picture's AI. Like I didn't do
okay,
this. Yeah,
okay, sure.
that's kind of crazy. That's kind
Mm.
of crazy. See now I'm feeling like the right decision was made. Okay, before I was
You
like, hey,
are.
I kind of wanted to be on your side here, but now you kind of leaving me no choice. But
You know what?
anyway,
Is this just let's just keep this truce together because we have a very special episode planned for the people.
yes,
For the
yes we
people.
do, yes we
You know?
do. Actually, not only do we have a very special episode, we have a very special guest
Oh,
that's
we do.
joining us for this episode. Um,
Uh,
you know, in the world of like streetwear and like graphic t-shirts that are part of the whole world of streetwear and everything, um, there's also this other side of like merchandise that is made for this thing that we talk about, such as pro wrestling,
Yep.
for example. And of course, we know you got WWE Shop and everything, and we find really really cool shirts at WWE Shop, and really really great things. But I think that WWE Shop has quite a bit of competition on their hands.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think that WWE Shop needs to be forewarned because we have a very, very talented individual that is about to join us on this podcast.
Indeed.
And it's somebody I actually been really wanting to come onto the pod. You as well, Larry. You've been wanting this young man to come onto this pod too.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching from afar. He's always, always doing like crazy things, like crazy themes, like for WrestleMania weekends, for Summer Slams. Like he always got is he's deep in his bag. You know what I'm saying? I got to put him over before he gets on the screen, dude. You know what I'm saying? So I got to go crazy. I'm just
Oh
really, really
man.
excited to have him here. We have none other than our guy Pucks, Big Puck from Off the Rope is in the building. What's up, Puck?
Was good, was good, bro. Appreciate that put over, man. Big flowers.
Hey, man. Of course, of course,
Hey,
of course.
I do that on the
Double
regular.
applause. Double applause. You heard. But also, we also like to,
For sure, you already know.
you feel me? You feel me? We have to
The Union.
Nah.
put you over crazy, man. But
For sure, man. Appreciate that, man. Glad to be on here. Glad that you guys asked me to be a part of an episode, so for sure appreciate it.
Nah, facts, man. We're more than excited to have you on. Like, it's been in the works for a while, but it's just been a lot of different scheduling things. We had to get together and, make sure
Definitely.
the time was right,
For sure. For
So,
sure. Perfect.
um, and as I told AJ off air, with what we're going to cover today, especially with WrestleMania season approaching, couldn't think of a better, bigger, best guest to have. So,
Yeah,
yeah, man, appreciate you for coming through, man.
for
yes,
sure.
so it's customary on mid Carters and catering. Of course, that every single time we have a guest, we have this roaming question. You know what I'm saying? This question that pretty much aligns us with like the history and like what brought us to be pro wrestling fans. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So this is the question that we like to ask. Is our knuckleheads version of who was the first one to bust your ass
Yeah.
type of deal.
Yes.
But it's not somebody actually whooping your ass. It's not that.
Right.
It's actually who was it or what was it that made Little Puck lock in and
Low plug
become
is funny.
the pro wrestling icon, the pro wrestling
Right.
fan that he is today. So,
Right.
who was that for you, or what was that?
Yeah, so definitely my pops, man. He was like just that 90s dad who drove like a Chevy Z71 with like a mustache, looked like a damn 90s country singer, and would just like super fanned out, like just always watching wrestling. And we would just always be at his crib, just always connecting and watching it together. He took me to my first like event and ever as a kid. And then just like going to like flea market. We had like I live in Southern Ohio, so like we have like
Oh, okay.
flea marketed out. So like we have so many flea markets and shit, and like we would always just go to like a flea market, and there would always be like just wrestling stuff there, toys, like t-shirts, like just different spots. So that just like brings a lot of memories just going there and always like coming back with some type of wrestling item. Yeah, just but definitely my pops is the one who busted my ass, trained me, if you will, got me in the biz.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
just out of curiosity, because I know the bio says Dayton, but are you originally from Dayton or are you from another part of Ohio?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm always from southern Dayton. So
Okay.
it's like I my hometown is like probably 20 minutes away from probably 20 15 minutes away from Dayton, and then
Okay.
Now I live about 5 minutes from Dayton. So
That's like me. Like my hometown is like, depending on what part of Memphis you want to call it, it's like
Mhm.
probably like 15 minutes outside of Memphis. So like,
Okay,
yeah,
bet. That's what's
yeah.
up.
And my brother, he's not my blood brother, but he's like my blood couldn't make us closer. He lives in Columbus, so like he
Oh,
told me,
okay.
yeah. So I know all about Dayton,
Yes.
South Chloe, Cincinnati. You know,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Definitely,
yeah,
man. I love Columbus, man. Great spot. I go there a lot for sure.
yeah. I saw you shouting out one of my favorite spots in Ohio, like just for the collabs and stuff they do. Unheard of.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out to
Yes.
Unheard of. That Adidas release they got coming out, and by the time
Yes.
y'all hear this next week, pretty fire.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
They invited me to. They always show love. Like invited me to their parties that they have for the events, and I went
Hmm.
to. I only got to go to one so far. And it was last year when they did like the grandma's couch release. And so,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
this one
SB.
though feels a little bit more like just more hyped in general. Like around like people on the internet just feel. I feel like this one feels more received than like any other one. So I'm pretty hyped for them for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Unheard of, man.
Definitely, definitely.
So you're a fellow Midwesterner, just like myself.
Yep.
I'm up in Detroit,
Yep.
in the Detroit area. Automatically, me and you I got a real connection there. You know, what I'm saying,
Yes.
being from the Midwest and everything of that matter.
Yes.
So
We're
I just
both
gotta
chic
ask you,
territory. Chic territory.
yeah, Sheik territory, yeah, word, word. So I gotta ask you this question: since it was pops that started you in this wrestling realm, did you or did you not have one of those plush Macho Man pillows growing up?
Yes, for sure. So we had the plush ones, but really the ones that stick more a little vivid to me was a little later the buddies, the beat up buddies.
I
Yeah,
know you're
yeah,
talking
that's the
about.
one. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was the one. Yeah, yeah,
I know you're
yeah.
talking about.
where it was more like the body was like cloth and stuff
Yeah,
and
yeah, you just
plushy, but
squeeze, yeah,
but the
Yeah.
squeezing and
but the
plush.
face was still like had like a like toy almost. So I had like the Rock and like it was just I think this one was the one I'm thinking of like was only like a WWF line, but yes, those
Mhm.
were major for sure. Like all the buddies at the crib, for sure. At my pops with all day long. We had a Toys R Us right by the Dayton Mall that I just vividly always remember going on the reg to take me there to either get those or to
Yeah,
get styrofoam belts, like when the styrofoam child belt was popping, like where it
yeah,
was
yeah,
styrofoam and hard plastic, like that shit was like fire as fuck. But yeah, like definitely like all that was my shit, like toy figure wise for sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You seem like you were kind of almost like, if not, you might have a little more than I did. Like I feel like you might have had the ring and the figures and maybe the Titantron. If you had the old that
I got
Titantron,
the Titantron, bro. Always, well, I need that as an
wow,
adult
Oh
now,
yeah.
right?
damn! I had the
Yeah,
Titantron. That shit was
yeah.
fire.
You
I did not have the Titantron, man. I wanted one
That
like bad,
Titantron was
dude.
fire.
Yeah,
sure, for
Because it
sure.
made you really feel like, because back then the video game quality did get better in the late 90s, but like as far as action figures, like that was the main thing that made you really feel like, the Titantron and the stage set.
Yep.
So
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. That was the
yeah.
one. Like you
You were
was the
the
man.
booker. You were the book. You
You were
were
the
booking
booker,
it
straight
Yeah,
up. Yeah,
yeah,
you were the
for
booker.
man.
sure.
Because I would either get it one or two places, man. It'd either be like Gatlinburg, Tennessee, which is right outside of like Knoxville area.
Yep, yep.
So like vacation time with the family in the cabin, like go to the the outlet mall out there, go break.
Classic Nike outlet mall.
Oh
Was in
god,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Going to Dolly World right after, riding some
yeah,
rides, yeah.
yeah.
So you do that, or like being a kid, what do you want for Christmas? Just have a this list long as hell for Santa. Like, yeah, man, like it'd be nice, and then come home and it's like, yeah, man, you got the whole Raw is War, Titantron, SmackDown set,
Mhm.
the whole thing. So yeah, it was
Yeah,
pretty
for
cool.
sure, for
Pretty
sure.
cool.
Definitely. Then like, and I had the ring, but like now I see like they have like the scale rings that be looking way more realistic, like than like
Oh
you know what I
man,
mean. Those are crazy, man.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
world of figures is so.
It's something else.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah,
Trust me.
we you can't see mine, but
Yeah,
yeah, they're like behind the camera,
yeah,
but like
that's
yeah,
Hell
something else.
yeah.
it's yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So we talked about like pretty much like your dad introducing you to wrestling and everything in that matter. Like as a kid, or I'm imagining you started this off as a kid. Like who was
Yeah.
like that pro wrestler that really stood out to you, that like was like, yo, I'm locked in, I'm a fan of his forever.
Right, right. Well, this is generic, but just coming from the time period that I grew up in, and my first name being Austin, like obviously
uh
Stone Cold was like
yeah,
I
he
knew it.
he he stood out to me, the number one, OG, but like definitely like Bret Hart. Other like if we're just like we'll obviously get Austin out of the picture, we'll talk about him, but like
yeah,
Bret Hart and like all the Attitude like era guys, but really when I first feel like I like locked in was that like early 97. So we're not like
oh
attitude,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
not attitude era out yet, like we're still white, red, and ring ropes, like the blue,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? So like
Hmm.
Mania 13, like that, like that's when I feel like I really like started to get, when Vince was still on commentary, like that
Hmm.
was when I was like really like, all right, I started to fuck with this. And then 98, then I'm like fully like, okay, this is me. I'm getting t-shirts. I'm like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And now like Stone Cold is like this like super anti figure, which is like, and at that, and when you're like a kid, you're already on some like crazy rebel shit. Now you got this fucking dude you're watching on like the on yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and he's like, going insane, and you're like, dang, all right, now I feel like a connection to this. I remember, I'll never forget his kindergarten teacher to this day telling me she goes, we you had a fire drill. I remember it was even a fire drill, and we were on our way back inside, and she was talking, and she goes, "I watched that Stone Cold guy you like last night. You don't want to." She goes, "You don't want to be like him when you grow up, do you?" And I'm just like, "Wow, this chick only knew like, but like, like
Like, actually,
crazy."
yes, I do want to be him when I grow up.
Yeah, man, but definitely like Austin and
That's funny.
all those just attitude era, like WWF, for sure, like was my intro to the business, and finding that first character, and then like after that, then like I was really like, and then like I got into more WCW, but I was a
Hmm.
little late WCW kid, honestly. My cousins were into WCW and got me hip when I would go over there, but I was definitely more, and me and my dad were just like WWF, so that's why like
Yeah.
an Austin really, stood out to me at the time too. So yeah.
Yeah, man, that's pretty cool, because that kind of, it's almost parallel to me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because I pretty much, just you saying like, 97, was that year. It was also kind of like the same thing for me too. Like, said, except it was like Shawn Michaels, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
then like, and in 97, it was Shawn on his way out and
Yep.
Austin becoming the man. So I was really,
Yeah.
really like completely all Stone Cold, you know what I'm saying? Then The Rock when he finally came over, but
Oh
like
yeah.
Austin was like my guy from like 97 to '02. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
for
Like,
sure.
yeah,
For
that was my
sure.
dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, man, it was just, he's bald, he
Yep.
got an earring, and his
Yeah.
son's his boss. Like like who's cooler than that? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And he had swag, like the way,
Yeah,
like, just the way he carried himself was super swaggy at the time too. Like,
yeah. Yeah, and like he's doing it with like some tight ass jean shorts on
right.
and,
Like how is
and knee pads.
right? Like how is this like country dude like swagged out, like still
Yeah,
coming off like this is crazy.
yeah,
And
yeah. It was
mind you,
really,
he's
really
doing
dope.
all this with a broken neck, still just out there
Yeah,
every week.
Man,
Just yeah.
insane,
yeah.
insane, dude, insane. And like he would like drive to the ring, and like in your house, when he the first one when he drove to the ring in the Z71
Mm,
truck, bro, like oh my god. And my dad had the Z71, so it was even more
Yeah, so it was really more
like
like,
it's
cooler
yeah,
hitting
for you because
home. It's hitting
yeah,
it's
home.
like you at home with your pop. Yeah,
yeah. And Pops is like the '90s dad, so no such. He's wearing the tight ass jeans and fucking Levi's too. So
yeah.
you know what I mean. It's just all hitting home at the time, man. It's crazy.
Well, now I'm gonna ask this question: was your dad bald?
He was not bald. That thank nah. He had the like '90s dad. like feathered out hair with the mustache. I don't
Okay,
know.
Yeah.
so
So
Yeah,
he was stunning Steve Austin.
with no,
yeah.
with
Okay.
respect, so your dad was out here looking like Dan Severn. Okay.
Yeah.
Dan
Yeah.
Severn, Rick
Dan
Rude,
Severn. Yeah.
absolutely. Yes, that was his
Yeah.
vibe for sure, dude. Like ECW Rick Rude vibe.
Yeah.
All I can hear right now is Dan Severn's WWF theme in my head.
Yes, bro,
Dan
that's
Severn was
definitely
whooping
him.
ass,
Yeah,
boy.
Man,
yeah.
Dan
He was
Severn was
tearing
out
him
there on
up.
a week to week basis, sweating his ass off on the way
Oh
to the
man,
ring,
Going
like
keeping it.
crazy.
taped up, gray cutoff shirt. But you knew as soon as you heard that music, like, man, somebody's about to die in that ring
Yes, bro,
tonight.
for real. Keeping it real, like, oh my god, yes, and
Oh man,
yeah,
what a
So
time!
so so like in all of that, you know what I'm saying? Like in all that and all of your wrestling fandom and everything of that matter,
yeah,
you have kind of made a lane for yourself in that matter where you have, you know, basically created your own merchandise line, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, of that
yeah,
matter. And it's called Off the Rope for our listeners out there. Definitely tap in for Off the Rope. It's really great line, really fire stuff you got going
yeah,
on over there. So
Yeah.
like, how did that come to be? Like, what was the inspiration that pushed you into, like, you know, I'm looking at this wrestling merch and it's like, hey, this is cool, but I think I could probably do a little better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I could do something with this. Like, what, like, for example, like, what was it that moved you into that lane?
yeah, definitely. So, well, aside from just being a wrestling dude, I've been a super like streetwear sneakered out dude my
All right.
whole life. Like,
Yeah.
not to date myself, but I'm 33, so like I came up like right before the internet
Bro,
was
I'm
like.
32.
Oh, you're
Like
right. So like,
I'm the oldest one
yeah,
here.
he's
I'm the
yeah.
oldest one here.
yeah, so
Yeah.
like we definitely came up the internet era, but we knew a life before social media. I feel like so
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Of course.
so we came up like going to the mall and just like loving Jordan apparel and stuff like that. And then later on in my life, I became like more into sneakers and just like clothing and sports apparel in general. And
Yeah.
that was kind of just my main like thing. And then being into wrestling and just stuff like that. So around this time, like 2016, I didn't really see like any crossover at this time, right? Like there was not really any like representation, but I was like still my only like friend that was like in IRL that was like super into wrestling. So
Yeah.
and I don't know, I just started to have these images in my head of like it wasn't even really clothing that I had thought of. I really when I started to get these images like when I saw my first image and it's still something that is around to this day, like this image of Bret Hart like wearing this Cameron pink and there was just like a Cameron pink like now
Yeah.
you would
Yeah. The camera with
yeah
the
The
fur
fur,
right.
joint. Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
now like in 2025 that would be like nothing you would think that, but like
Yeah.
at the time I didn't really think anything. I was like, I was just connecting that and like so I had images like that and I had like this kind of like Sting and like a Supreme, just like I was just mixing these little images together in my head, and
Yeah.
then uh started just like put them on like apparel, and then I dropped like I was like, well, then I just started to form. It just started to kind of naturally form more in my head of like just become like being a branding person and like loving
Hmm.
merchandise and branding. It just started forming more and more, and then ended up releasing that Bret Hart image that I told you about, and
Yeah.
that kind of, and then we kind of just snowballed it from there as far as just like taking it just release by release. I was look, I was such a fan of like so many streetwear brands at the time, and I am
Yeah.
now. So I kind of had a blueprint of like how I was gonna go about with the releases and my website and things like that. Uh, so that was kind of almost just kind of had to put the pieces in play in that regard. But yeah, just started like releasing items and then it kind of got some steam on some natural shit, just people who connected with it and rocked with it, and then it's just kind of slowly grown from there.
Yeah.
Uh, it's been like a slow grow, but it's kind of, I'm just really thankful because like there's pieces that I look back on that I would be like, oh, I wouldn't, release this now. So I'm glad of like what it's kind of became and what it's kind of grown into now. My goal right now is like,
Hmm.
and really to just make it like this whole world, like, a lot of people like, some people will hit me like, do you draw this or something? I'm like, nah, I don't like draw, but like these are like my concepts and ideas and my world that I create. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's like kind of just like a world that I create, really. So, nothing different than like Vinnie Mac creating like a WWE, you know what I mean? Just like creating our own universe to kind of live in. So I wanted to kind of be like a lifestyle brand eventually, and that's what kind of working towards it to be. So, more different items like, one time like in the past I dropped like a cane bear brick or like something like that, just more different things that just kind of expand the brand and be like, oh, this is more than just a t-shirt brand. Like right now I'm working on, we were talking just before, or like not before, but when we started the episode about buddies and action figures and things like that. That's
yeah.
something that I'm digging into right now. Not
Oh,
really,
okay, that's cool.
not necessarily maybe making my own action figure, but doing some type of reproduction and packaging, off the rope wise, and streetwear wise of something. Just kicking around ideas right now. And that was, yesterday I had went to my friend's action figure shop to get some inspo and look around. So yeah, because action figures are so much of part of wrestling and
Yeah,
a
absolutely,
part
very much so.
of our identity as wrestling fans
Yeah,
too. So just kind of adding, that. But the whole thing was, and kind of my whole like core of it was to, it's streetwear, but it's always streetwear wrestling. Like at the end of
hmm,
the day, so like we can have different ideas of this concept that is floating to this and this, but it's always going to tie back to wrestling no matter what.
yeah,
Like I've had different people like always hit me like, why don't you branch your brand out? It's like, first of all, I don't really have any type of other passion of like making any type of other merchandise than just
hmm,
this wrestling slash whatever everything I'm making. So
yeah,
yeah, for sure. So that's kind of what it's turned into now. But this kind of lifestyle thing that we're making it with the brand. But yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm sorry, my bad, Larry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I just wanted to just like highlight what he was talking about. I mean, this is the very first shirt going back
Yeah,
to
Yes.
2016 with
Yes.
diplomatic Brett as we
Yes.
see
yeah,
here, and for those watching. And I mean, to go from that just to show where we are today, and I'm hot. I missed this drop. By the way, shout out to all my homies who have been consistent with copping the drops. My homie Nelson, Josh, Body More Body Zell. Like I know these
Oh wow,
guys.
appreciate
Yeah,
it. Man.
these
Appreciate
my homies definitely. If I forget y'all, I apologize. There's so
it.
many that I know have been
That's
copping for sure.
yeah,
But like to go
yeah,
from the Brett T to this, the
yeah.
mini
yeah.
helmet,
That's
Right.
kind
that
of
was
crazy.
fire. I was like,
Right.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
Yeah, see that, I appreciate you like highlighting that because that's exactly what I mean when I say like trying to just build it from the red tea to some items like that. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean even real quick here, um getting used to this platform.
yeah,
This one right here again. I told you I was like I'm keeping my eyes on this because I
Mhm.
see the vision.
Right,
oh,
exactly. That's like,
The
yeah, right.
Raven joint. Oh, that's
Right.
hard.
So that's like something I was testing, like threw it in, like let me just see what it looks like in some OG packaging, obviously. So just some ideas I'm trying to kick around, and eventually we'll kind of tie it in and have my own off the road packaging. And I don't know if we'll, repackage like just miscellaneous figures with kind of our branding on it and something like that with, some fly clothes. There's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to do, but that's exactly
Oh,
what
I mean, yeah, man. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
I see the vision, man. I mean, the
Yeah,
whole
that's
aesthetic.
hard. Yeah,
Like, even going back to this one that you put out for Air Max Day last year. I mean, just
I appreciate.
again, my son Goldust with the 97s.
Right.
Big Bam, Bigelow with
TN.
the
Yeah.
TNs. They hurt my feet, but they're so fire.
Right. Right. Right.
Brett with the 180s.
yeah.
Rocky with
Rocking with
the
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 ones,
with the
Air Max
ones,
ones.
one tiger,
Sure.
you know what I'm saying, safari print. Yeah, I get the I get the vision, man. So I just wanted to highlight that because we're coming up on almost 10 years of Off the
Yeah,
Rope.
like literally next year is your 10th year
Crazy, man.
doing
Yeah,
it.
That's
That's
crazy, bro.
yeah,
That's
that's
yeah.
so dope. And like the one thing that I like about your brand, you know what I'm saying, for sure, it's like it's not corny. You know what I'm
oh
saying? Like
yeah,
it's
No.
not corny. Like you don't overcompensate it like at
yeah,
all. Like it's just like perfect example, that Air Max one. Like you didn't like you you got all the wrestlers in the way that their likenesses like we always have known them and everything like that. And you put the Air Max
right.
on their feet, but you didn't do nothing more extra than that. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
didn't
right.
like put bubbles like I'm a sneakerhead, like
Yeah,
or
like
exactly.
even this one.
I'll lay the sneaker down on your
Yeah,
candy
like
ass
even
toes,
this one with
corny
like
shit like
DDP,
that.
like going back to
Yeah,
that classic Dynasty cover,
Yes,
yeah, like
with the
that's hard.
diamond cutter, like
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fire. But
definitely,
that's what we
definitely.
like to see. That's when
yeah,
we're
yeah,
looking to buy, we're like, okay, what can we buy that's paying homage but also cool,
Right.
not
Yeah.
just weird,
That's
cause
like
exactly, man. I appreciate you seeing it because that's what I
yeah.
made it like at the time. Now, like it's different. You can go to like the Pakistan's or whatever, cop
Mhm.
whatever. But like at the time, that was not like you said 10 years. Like I didn't even realize that till you said that. But there, at the time there was no like you couldn't. There was no like shit where you could be like, all right, let me. Unless it was vintage, you weren't copping
hmm
like any wrestling shit that was cool, bro. Like it was
And
in a modern day sense. You
and
know what I
that's the
mean?
thing, like coming from a streetwear perspective, for sure. Like one of the biggest complaints about like that comes from like myself or like yourself or you know what I'm saying, like people that's like supreme buyers
Right.
and you know what I'm saying, like
Yep.
the kith and all that and whatnot. It's
Mhm.
just that sometimes when we out in public wearing wrestling shirts are just not cool. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like they're not the coolest looking shirt. Like there I have of course I got like my wrestling shirts in there, but I bought them because I think they'll be valuable to wear in public. But that's
Right.
not the whole thing with when it comes down to wrestling shirts. Where I look at your merch and I'm like, you know what, this stuff is actually kind of wearable out in public. Like I think I would get complimented on this stuff. So it's just kind of like you're looking at it from that same streetwear perspective and making it seem like okay, I'm not going to overdo it, but I'm
Mhm.
going to make it like really, really stand out and make it really cool. Like that DDP shirt, for example, like the Dynasty cover. Like everybody that loves hip hop knows that Dynasty cover. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? That Jay-Z
Right.
cover and everything
Right.
like that. So to put DDP there, and then you also remember DDP sued Jay-Z for that
Right.
for that
yeah,
Right.
same thing before.
Yeah.
It's
It just
just it's a lot of lore behind it too at the same
exactly.
time. So it's just like that's the coolest thing about that.
Definitely.
yeah. And
Yeah,
again,
that's
it
definitely
crosses over. I mean, just quickly here, like I mean, you know, we talk about, Air Max Day coming up, shout out to, I know you're a big skate fan, so, go
yeah.
skate day. So the
Definitely.
cane bear brick, like that's something that's so simple yet,
Mhm.
just so accessible too, where it's like, all right, I don't feel like this is over the top crazy. It's just there. I mean,
Right.
even like from the celebrity more known people wise. I mean, shout out to Freddie Gibbs right there.
Yeah,
Wearing
that's
the
hard, dude. That
the
is
Monday Night
crazy.
War shirt, and then my favorite one. I think this may be a favorite of Puck's as well. I mean, shout out to one of the goats to ever do it, Lita.
Yes.
Yeah,
With the
Yes.
that's hard.
T-shirt.
Definitely. Definitely.
So yeah, that's what it's all about. So I mean, that to me shows that look, I don't care what anybody else has to say negative. If they're co-signing it, who cares?
Yeah,
Right.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
and it,
Definitely. Definitely.
yeah. So the only question I really have for you is just, I know you've been doing this almost 10 years now, and there's a lot of people who will listen to this who want to basically learn, what kind of, if they want to start a business or get deeper into following their passions. Just what's your advice for them, for someone who's been doing it and has seen the ups and downs in the last nine, almost 10 years?
Just you just have to actually love the whatever it is that you're doing. Like if you're doing the business on something that you love, then you'll be straight. But
Yeah.
if you don't really like, if you have any, if it's not in you like fully, you're not. It's not gonna probably work. But I don't really. Other than that, I really wouldn't really be able to know. I mean, you would honestly, I would just say just love it, and then this is something that is corny, but I really take into advice too. Is like the audience always comes last. Like in the selfish way, like
Yeah,
as Rick Rubin says, just in the sense of like you gotta love it first. Like the fact that you guys are able to even like, which I appreciate so much, like able to tell me like that you like this and this that these ideas connect with you is because I was able to just zone out and be like, yo, this is what I like and this is what I'm interested in. And it just
yeah,
went from there. And you were able to be like, all right, so if you, and that's kind of how it shines through. So I would always just say, like, if you're trying to start a business or anything, make sure it's just something that you like yourself and kind of is your lifestyle. And, that would be like the one advice I could give to anybody because I've found like true like just somewhat of a success, not really crazy, but like so anything in my life that I've done like good, this has been it. So like I feel like, as far as just like catching steam of something, so
hmm
and it's been off just something that I like and that just that is my lifestyle in general. So yeah, I
yeah,
would
for
say that.
sure, for sure.
Very well
Like,
said, man.
do you find it like do you find it like kind of like it's not in like a competition type of thing or anything like that, but do you find it like kind of like do you snicker to yourself a little bit these days when you see like WWE like making shirts through Mitchell and Ness now?
Right, yeah, for sure.
Like it's kind of crazy, right?
It's a crazy like yeah, it's like such yes, dude, it's a crazy thought.
Yeah,
Like Mitchell and Ness or like just like it being like in the Pac Suns and like vintage tees and shit like that. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy thought. Like
yeah,
especially dude, like you were there, dude, back in the day, so like
yeah,
it's not like that at all. So yeah, it's
Nah.
pretty crazy to just see like what it's became now. Like I try to not be like a super douche hater on it. But yeah,
yeah, of course.
because there's like super like the Mitchell and Ness shit is like a brand that I'm like, okay, this is like yes, I like this. This is
Yeah,
like
yeah, of course.
a lot of other things is like lazy and corny, but Mitchell and Ness they snap. But yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, but yeah, I definitely like Snicker and stuff like that. But it's also helped me just make it hone in and make OTR more my own, man. Like
yeah,
it really
absolutely.
has. So it's made me honestly not really even have a competition mindset because it's
Yeah,
like I wouldn't really try to be anything else than what I'm trying to be anyway. So
absolutely.
definitely, I would say at the end of the day, it's helped for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think it's really really cool, and like again, I pay attention to you a lot. Just watching, just seeing how like seeing you get excited or happy every time you seeing somebody else in your merch. You know what I'm saying? Like you just scrolling timeline, you just like, whoa, there go Natalia wearing one of my shirts, dude. Like
Right,
this is
right,
crazy. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, and I'm
Yeah,
just like, dog, that's really dope for you. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that's showing that your hard work is like really really paying off for you in more ways than you can imagine. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're being noticed. Like
for
you're
sure.
absolutely being noticed. Like that shirt on Freddie Gibbs right there alone. Like, come on, dude. Like
Right, right,
you can't really like say like, hey, I'm worried about this brand. I'm worried about that one. It's like, dude, I'm already certified, dude. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like
Exactly.
I got
Yeah,
all types of people wearing. I got wrestlers wearing my stuff. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And that's the people that I want to wear it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
Always. Yeah. And it's always like, organic, like too. Like, so
yeah,
it makes it even better because it's always people that like I rock with. Like, it sometimes it'll be random and that'll be like even cool. But like when I see like like Freddie Gibbs and just the way it happened, like all these things, like yo, like this is like somebody that I was like listening to the night before I went to bed. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
That way, so, like that shit's like even more just like oh, it's even more natural. I always tell my like figure always like I'm like yo. Sometimes I'll be like yo. Sometimes I want the one right person that connects with the. I'd rather have to rock it than like 1,000 people rocking it. You know what I mean? Like as long as like
hmm
the person that like is rocking, it's like yo, I connect with this. This is like it's like more fire to me. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. Like that's hella dope, man. That's really really cool. So outside of OTR, you also have your own podcast too, which is something I'm actually learning about right now. So you have a is it also off the rope podcast?
So yeah, we had the podcast, and I just put it on like hiatus for a year because I had moved. But no, it's actually like a super separate, just the Pucks Out Here podcast. Just me trying to solo podcast. Really not a lot of wrestling talk at all, really on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's mostly just like a day to day, maybe kind of pop culture, more musical kind of stuff, like
Okay.
modern day music stuff. But uh, we put that on pause, and then we're hoping to. But my whole goal, which is why I'm so like hyped to be on yours and stuff and everything, is like gets me in like more of a zone. So we're trying to launch it by the spring. So our goal,
Okay.
we have been. I just had moved spots, so I got a new room that we totally like dedicated to the podcast. So yeah, I'm trying to kind of launch it this spring. But yeah, it's a
Okay, cool,
solo
cool.
pod and just me, just yeah, just yapping for real. So
Well,
All
yeah,
right.
shout
Okay.
out to Pucks Out There Pod. And, I'll just throw the hat out there and say, man, if you ever want or need other people to talk
of
to outside of wrestling, man,
of
the
course,
union is right here. I mean, we
course.
Yeah.
do we do
Real.
mid cards and catering where we cover wrestling and other combat related stuff, but we have Show Your Work where we talk about sports and
Anything.
everything
Yeah.
from
Oh yeah,
ice cream to
What happened that week
what happened
to
that week. There's all kind of
yeah.
stuff, and then
musical deep dives to yeah.
That is yes. I know you guys are tapped in for sure, so that would be
Yeah, yeah.
fire. I would love
yeah,
that.
yeah. And I mean the guy, yeah, we'll definitely talk off air, but just regardless, man, we're excited to see what you have going there. I mean, I'm also knowing how big you are and getting more involved in the indie wrestling scene. So, I know you have a show that you'll be a part of on April the 11th with
Yes, yes.
is it oldie or old?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I think it's old, just like in
Old,
terms of
yeah,
old, yeah, wrestling.
in
But yeah, yeah,
Ohio.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely, yeah. And in Yellow Springs, yeah, I'm super hype on that because it's like I'm super new, familiar with the promotion, but
Okay.
definitely excited to do that for sure.
Now I gotta ask this question because
Yeah,
it's like it's almost like a thing I'm used to seeing
yeah.
every year at WrestleMania. Will you be in Vegas?
I will not be in Vegas. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So I went to Royal Rumble in Indy because it was like such a straight shoot from Dayton, like a
Yeah,
2 hour.
yeah.
So it was,
it's
I
right
was like
there.
it was amazing. But yeah, no, I will not be able to hit the West Coast. It'd be a little far for me. So
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
but yeah.
Yeah. No, but you were in Philly last year, right?
No, I didn't get to get it. Usually, if unless it's like a 2 hour joint, I'm not really able to like even like SummerSlam. I was trying to go to, but like everyone's like, "Oh, I know you're gonna be in SummerSlam in Ohio." I'm like, "Well, I mean, not for real, because like Cleveland's like 4 to 5 hours away,
Yeah, it's
not
closer
like
to
that."
me.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, so or like when you guys had SummerSlam the year before at Ford
Hmm.
Field, like I like shit like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but nah, and then obviously like when they do SummerSlam and Mania, when they do the indie ones, I'll be at that for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say for everybody that was like, "Oh man, like Andy, hey, I mean, it worked out for you. You're right there, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, it's
shoot, you
on
right
the
up
way
there."
back. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
regardless, man, I just encourage everybody to follow at Off the Rope, at Pucks Out Here, and just keep up with what you have going on as far as your endeavors, whether it be clothing, mini helmets, figures,
Yeah.
popping
All of
up
that.
these wrestling promotions. I can't wait to see the Unheard Of picks. And yeah, I would highly suggest for everybody out there, if you go on the Off the Rope page, just scroll through the tag section and
Yeah.
That
you'll really
Yeah.
see how big this brand is, man. So again, we
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
you for, letting us pick your brain about a couple things when it comes to the product segment. So man, I
absolutely,
appreciate you,
man.
man.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, it was really, really fun talking about all of that. But um while you're here, you know what I'm saying, we do have this fun thing that we like to do sometimes,
Oh
and
yeah,
that's talk about pro wrestling, of
yes.
course.
Let's do it.
So that's the reason why we're here. So yeah, I think we have a few interesting things to talk about before we do get up out of here.
Let's
Um,
do it.
but first, we want to start off with none other than the news. Mid Carters and Catering Patreon is live and direct with exclusive access to the Union Discord and loads of extra content like Radio MIC, Luchador Mount Rushmore, and Icon. Beginning only at $3. Subscribe today.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I knew it. I love when he does that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody loves when that.
Because it's Wade fucking Barrett. Like, how do you not like
Everybody
Wade
loves
Barrett, man?
And JBL coming at the end is just so
Like,
good.
son, I tell you, I say it every week. The minute that Royal Rumble pop happens, and he just, gets up from the announce table, and you just hear the boom one more time, like, dog, I might cry. Like, yeah, man.
But first off, I want to shout out my boy, my guy,
Yes, Jordan.
Jordan Holt, hometown guy, my homie Jordan Holt. He took off and won the Queen's Cup at XXW in Monroe, North Carolina. That's where his home base is. You know what I'm saying? He won the Queen's Cup tournament. Shout out to him. Shout out to the whole Ugly Gang. Shout out to Zay Vega standing right there in the purple, going crazy. You know what I'm saying? My boy got that dub. So shout out to Jordan. He's got a lot
Sir.
more on the way. Of course, make sure y'all remember that name. He's also wrestled Jay Malachi, better known as Javon Evans,
Yes.
currently in NXT. So that goes to show you right there how much talent this young man is going to be bringing to the square circle one day. You know what I'm saying? When he gets to that big leagues, you know what I mean? So shout out. Yeah, definitely want to shout him out on that. It really wasn't a whole lot of crazy news things that went on this last week. JD McDonough is one of those news stories. He seems to be expected to be cleared for action later on this month. JD was kind of did some crazy, crazy shit, but I think that was a raw. It was a raw maybe last month.
Yeah, and it kind of wasn't his fault. They took
Yeah, it really wasn't.
They put him in a German, and his head just went boop on
Boop.
the announce
Yeah,
table,
on the
and it
announce
was
table.
like Michael Cole thought he was done for. So yeah,
Yeah, I broke my back. My back is
yeah.
broken. Like,
But
for real.
JD got a goddamn Titantron for a head, so he just
Yeah, he's all head. So he healed up pretty quickly.
Yeah,
So shout out to JD. You know what I'm saying? JD's gonna be back soon.
man.
There's currently a kind of a running storyline on the Judgment Day side where Dominic keeps suggesting that they add another member while JD is out.
Hmm.
We don't know who that member is, but we're just gonna kick back and wait and see. Um, some WrestleMania weekend event news.
Oh God. Oh God.
this is disgusting.
Oh man.
I mean, wow, WWE. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, fuck this. I know.
yeah, this is
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. This is kind of crazy. So the roast of WrestleMania. So first of all, you think of a roast, you like, wow, a roast, a WrestleMania roast. Wow, that is so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to see. There's nothing cooler than seeing our wrestlers, our favorite wrestlers, like in like their open reality, non kayfabe, environment where they get to like, just chill out and rank on each other. You know what I'm saying? And roast one another and tell jokes and everything of that matter. You know, and then you got to pump the brakes a little bit because out of all the roast masters that's out there, you could have got Jeff Ross. I mean, that's probably the most notable roast master there is. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have a relationship with Netflix, and Netflix did the roast of Tom Brady, and Jeff Ross was right there, hosting the roast of Tom Brady. He said, "Nope, we're gonna go get the guy that was at the racist Trump rallies during his campaign for president." And Tony Hinecliffe, is that his last name?
Fuck
I,
his last name.
yeah, I don't give a fuck what his
His
last name is.
last name.
and,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
But
mean,
I
like
think it's Hinchcliffe is how he says it.
Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Hinchcliffe, Bitchcliffe,
Yeah,
same
Hinchcliffe
thing.
is way more fire than
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck they were thinking. I don't know whose idea it was. I mean, sometimes when you think about the organization of like events and everything outside of like creative, it's usually Nick Khan that's probably in charge of all of this. And I don't know what the fuck Nick Khan was thinking in terms of doing it, going this route. I think I saw a tweet that kind of like stood out to me, and someone said that this might be the UFC cation of WWE, like the early stages of it. And I'm like, that's kind of sucks hearing that, but
Yeah, I was gonna chime in on that. Okay. I'm not, for the record, I do not want this shit to happen at all, and I have no positive things to say about Tony Bitchcliffe. So let's just start with
turn
that.
swag.
When I think about the recent TKO boxing coming together, when I think about the rumors, and we've all known that eventually we're going to get a 3-day weekend where it's going to be boxing, PLE, UFC
UFC,
fight on a
yeah,
Sunday or something like that, or whichever order how they want to do it. They could do, UFC on Friday and boxing on a Sunday for all we know.
yeah,
Um, I get them servicing that bro audience
hmm,
because that is a big part of who taps into the product and buys tickets. And it's Vegas, and I'm not gonna act like Kill Tony is not put in work to be in that position. It's just the fact that it's like I wish you would read the room and see how everybody else
you,
feels about you having him up there. And not only that, I would understand this if this was like 25 years ago when you didn't care about the outside voices.
yeah,
You're literally watching your fan base take an open shit on Hulk Hogan every chance they get because they don't like what he stands for
hmm,
and all these different sponsorships. Now, is it a part of me that believes that Triple H and the guys are just like trotting Hulk out there to get shit on? Absolutely. Like I
yeah,
really feel like that's an
yeah.
inside joke where it's like, all right, let's just put Hogan out there since he
Let him get booed
let him get booed.
so we can have fun.
It's like
Right.
Undertaker's laughed at it. Everybody's like legit. Scott Steiner recently talked about it. Like everybody's like, no, he's a piece of shit. What comes around goes around. But I
Yeah,
just think that it could have been literally anyone else but Bitch Cliff. So I
yeah.
I get it, but I don't agree with it. It's just
I
bad.
think it's okay. I think that in the realm of like the landscape of WWE right now, WWE is so diverse. It's
Mm-hmm.
extremely diverse right now. It's more diverse than it's
Mm-hmm.
ever been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to put Bitchcliffe in this position is so tone deaf, dude. Like it's hella tone deaf. Like you got like champions right now, faces of the company that like spans a completely different, diverse
Indeed.
like image right now, and it's just like this guy was just performing as something that was completely the opposite of that. So it's just like, dude, like of all people, this guy? Are you kidding me?
And the thing that's crazy is like, all right, I know without even having to say it, because I mean they've said it, they've done things like a lot of those people in that company probably are ultra MAGA. We just
Yeah,
don't see it.
yeah,
But my thing is this, like you said, like going from having the diversity of like literally Travis Scott is involved in the main event program of WrestleMania to Bitch Cliff, it's not
yeah. It's
it's
real
not.
nasty.
But I will say this: the good thing about all of this is after night 2 is over,
Mm,
and that means that everybody that's in Vegas will be doing something because I mean, that happens to be Easter. So shout out to Easter first and
yeah,
foremost.
yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to real Jesus lovers over here. Number
yeah.
2,
Yes, sir.
it's also 420. So
Yeah.
do with that what you
Do
will.
with that as you will. Blow, put one in the air for your boy.
You know, but I did have one question for y'all. Now I won't be watching this at all. So
Well,
let's
first
just
of all, it won't be televised.
okay. Well, it won't be televised. I'm pretty sure we'll
But
have some clips from
you're
it.
going to
But
see clips on the internet,
of course,
obviously, that
yeah.
come from it. Like people that's in the audience probably gonna film it on their cell phones or something like that.
Because
But
they do the same
it
thing.
won't be televised though.
They do the same thing with the Undertaker's One Dead Man show and all
Yeah.
these different things too. But just out of curiosity for y'all, wrong answers only for this. If you had to set up a roast, which by the way, show your work next week, I guess that's considered a roast. What they're about to do to me. Which wrestler would you want to just put out there and just let the rest of the wrestlers just fucking fry them? Now we already see this with Hogan, so I would want to answer other than Hogan. But which wrestler would you like to get put on the stage and just obliterate it for a roast?
I want to hear Puck. I want to hear what Puck has to say.
Enzo Amore. No, I mean, man. Oh man, that you mean that they would be getting roasted, right? That's what you're asking. Yeah. Oh man,
person getting cooked.
Man, yeah, he would be up there for me. I got to keep it real. He's pretty annoying, but it would have to be somebody that had like done some terrible shit, like like Hogan or somebody like that, like for real, like.
For me, see, I want to, because the thing is, a roast you want it to be fun. You know what I'm saying? Like in the perfect world, like I feel like. An easy answer would be like basically the guy that's headlining the Hall of Fame this year. That's Triple H. Like I want to see Triple H. That would be like the funniest thing ever.
Yeah,
dog.
that would be.
Man,
like, I want to see Hunter get cooked.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I would like to see that.
Vince would be another great one too.
Yeah. I want to see Hunter getting dog. And the thing is, not only just. They would mercilessly like cook Hunter, because the roaster gets. I mean, the person getting roasted gets to come back and roast everybody else.
Exactly.
And I think Hunter would come back and be like, he'll be going crazy on everybody.
He'd put Waltman in the dirt again.
He'll go crazy on Waltman, Sean,
Road Dogg,
Nash,
Billy would catch a shot.
See,
he throw an alley oop to to Billy and China, even though they're not there.
He'd be. I think Hunter would be the guy.
There's some good ones on high spots like that from back in the day, like
Cornette.
Cornette's one's good. I know. Well, there's like the awkward one was like the Iron Sheik one that's weird, but Scott Hall comes in and shit. But there's some wild ones on there too.
You know who I would want, and it's kind of funny because I just kind of going back to AJ's point. Paul Heyman.
Oh,
amazing!
Yeah, wow, of course, man. I would love, especially
Paul comes to mind. Another one that comes to mind. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be busy that weekend, but just letting the boys just shoot on Cody would be so hilarious. It would be so funny. Cody would be hilarious. You know what? Randy Orton
would be all.
Orton would be good. Yeah,
Orton would be.
Oh man! And if it was somebody that's not with the company right now that I think would be funny, just out of my own pure just like laughter, put Bobby in that butterscotch suit up there, man. Yeah,
Bobby Lashley.
Let's get negative.
Especially after hearing, this was an offline story that we heard like a few days ago in our Discord where Ashton talked about Bobby Lashley when he met Bobby He said, "Hey Bobby," he was like, "Can we get a picture?" So you want a picture? Then he said Bobby Lashley grabbed me for a picture, like.
Oh man!
And instantly, what I thought was that scene in like Friday After Next when Money Mike met Damon,
Damon.
and then he just snatched him up real quick. He's like, "It was like the Matrix." Like he just kept doing strong shit.
Bobby Lashley telling Ashton, aka Grape and Co., don't fight this shit.
Don't
Just
fight
let
it.
it happen.
Just let it happen. Just let the picture happen.
It wasn't even that he snatched up Ashton. He snatched up Ashton, and then his lovely love of his life was standing next to him in the picture, just smiling. But Bobby's got him yoked up like
headlock, like got on
Dog,
yoked up.
like he about to give him an elbow noogie, dog.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be live with him for life, right there. That's classic, dog.
Yeah.
That it doesn't get any better than that, bro. When you meet a wrestler and like they give you it, you're like, oh yes, bro. I'd be able to tell this for life.
Oh my god, yeah, nah. There's nothing. There's no wrestler story better than that. Like I've walked in on Jimmy Hart cutting a promo on one of my kinfolk, dog, and that doesn't even touch like this. Like
not at all. No, that was hard. Like,
oh man, do it again, Bobby. Do it again.
Yeah, do it again. Do it again. But
yeah, man.
But yeah, like in a perfect world, that would be the roast that we want. But unfortunately, I don't know. Hey, good thing is it happens night 2. Half of everybody gonna probably be out of Vegas by then, and whatever. And
I mean, I just think the Vegas Strip is gonna be lit, and I think that's probably for like they're probably doing
variety show shit.
Yeah, they're doing that for the higher ups, and like, oh hey, like let's entertain you guys, and okay, cool, man, cool.
Pretty much. But yeah, man, that was the nasty part of this week. Before we get out of the news spectrum for a second, there was one thing, Larry, that came up.
Sure.
In terms of the Goofy Company. And WWE doing an event. Like you care to elaborate on that real quick?
Anxiety, exhausted, and weird. Yeah.
Arena empty wrestling. Yeah. Arena empty wrestling. Yes.
Okay. So WWE, for those that do not know, are going to be doing Clash in Paris, which is going to be, I want to say, Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
And this is following SummerSlam, which is going to be a 2-nighter in, Meadowlands.
MetLife.
It's MetLife.
MetLife or the Meadowlands.
I still call it the Meadowlands. I'm a Jet.
He's a Jet. You're a Jet. You're a Jet.
So one of the tour dates is an arena in Newcastle, UK. It's either Newcastle or Birmingham, UK. Which
actually,
is right.
They're doing Forbidden Door. They're doing Forbidden Door.
No. Forbidden Door is in London.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the WWE tour date. It's
yeah.
It's in like Newcastle or Birmingham, but it's like close proximity to Forbidden Door. And I've just seen a lot of WWE haters, neckbeards, whatever you want to call this group of incels. Because for the record, I don't think that every person that watches, anxiety, exhausted, weird wrestling is a loser. I don't think that of everybody at all. I'm talking to a specific sect of people when I say this.
Yes.
But yeah, they're just like, oh man, how could they do this? There's no way. And I'm sitting there as they're saying that, and I'm like,
how could they not?
I'm like, do y'all not remember Tony Khan's tweets in 2022 where he said one of the greatest days of my life was telling Dana White how WWE had to move away? I mean, I got it right here, and I'm going to read it for the people. As a matter of fact, AJ, I'll let you read this for the people. Show the people. I want you to read this. Go ahead.
All right. Yesterday.
Read the dates,
okay. I'm sorry. Tony Khan. Verification check. At Tony Khan on May 27th of 2022, said yesterday, one of my favorite days, including great visits with fans plus media, a trip to LA for the most fulfilling meeting of my life with the WBD leadership, That was probably for a TV deal that did not come until like 3 years later. Dinner with my dad and Dana White. Well, he's not probably meeting with Dana White anymore. Well, we know why. Where I got to break news to Dana about Money in the Bank moving to MGM. Today, WWE Rampage on TNT.
AEW Rampage on
I'm
TNT.
sorry, AEW
Yeah, I was gonna
Rampage
say
on
I
TNT.
feel
It's been
you,
a
and
long day.
it's been a long day, and it's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
But
I'm not
yeah,
feeling bad for them at all on
and
that.
the irony of this is a European tweet because you can see the date range mixed up, so it goes like how like it would read over in Europe.
Yeah.
But you supposed to make me feel sorry for the man that was like, we sold more than SummerSlam in '92. That's who I'm supposed to feel sorry for. And then when the turnstile came back, it was like, nope, nope, not at
No, you
all.
didn't actually. No, you did not.
No, no, you
Um,
didn't. Mm-mm.
no, I'm not gonna feel bad for that. I'm not gonna feel bad for AEW for having an event the same day or whatever it is. Like that's the date you chose. WWE got the date that they chose, and if you really want to say, you really want to go at it, like act. This your chance to act like a big dog. You want to be a big dog.
Yeah, you was
Go.
acting like that anyway. Yeah,
Yeah,
You
like
was running around like you was Pac in
yeah,
the
yeah.
to
toss it
try
up
to make
video, like
AEW
just
the
like
victim is crazy.
Yeah, like come on, dude. Like I'm not doing this. Like
Yeah,
I'm not doing this
nah,
with y'all.
nah,
Like, hey,
nah.
look. Hey, WWE's hot. It's the hottest show in town.
hey,
And the audience is going to make their voices heard that day.
Yeah,
And as far as we know, and as far as what we've seen, we know the audience that's going to yell the loudest is going to be the one that's inside the arena watching that
and
WWE event.
And this is the
right.
crazy part about all of this. It's on a Sunday. They're sparing you. They're not even doing a PLE this day.
Yeah,
This is literally just a house show tour that they're doing.
yeah.
They could easily have said, you know what, Clash in Paris this Sunday.
Yeah,
Like,
They're
I
kind of
could have
letting
did
you
that.
off easy. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
Now,
then also point out this one thing. Now AEW is a lot more favorable in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Like they are. Like that's really where their
yeah.
biggest fan base is. You know what I'm saying? So
man,
that's really gonna tell a lot. Like
man,
if that fan base is at that WWE show, who
now
buddy?
mind you,
Who?
they're in
A
Birmingham.
dialogue.
They're in Birmingham for Raw the following night.
Mm.
So, for all these fans, they're like, oh, we only support one. If that Birmingham Raw is sold out, yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, you're not going to get me to feel sorry for the people who were getting tattoos of,
Yeah.
what was it, 81,000, and then the turnstiles came back.
Yeah.
Only thing I suggest for AEW is just make sure you pick your people up from the airport
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
supposed to.
This time, pick
This
them up from the
time,
airport. Not, not,
um,
not your main guy.
I
That
can't afford to lose nobody else off that.
yeah, please,
Yeah.
please make sure you keep your people away because this will be Chicago made man's probably first time back over there. So you might want to
yeah.
you might
Yeah.
want to
You might want to be
hide
careful. Tread lightly.
Tarzan kid. You might want to hide him. You might want to keep certain people just away because I'm pretty sure everybody else is gonna be taking pictures and selfies and having fun, but you might want to hide them.
Yeah.
But, yeah. No.
But that was an interesting spill there or whatever. I guess we will see later this summer exactly how this whole thing goes. I mean, I'm pretty sure we have a guess on how it's going to go, but whatever. We'll just leave it in the air for now.
Hey, Hunter, if you're petty, just make this a network stream. Just
Just say it's Saturday, Sunday main event, and just be
Yeah,
like, just
yeah.
call up Peacock and just say,
Yeah,
hey,
man.
you want to televise this shit?
Make it the make it the British Bulldog Memorial Show or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
it's
I
just,
don't know.
fuck
Yeah,
it.
whatever.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? But it's interesting enough that there is, you brought up Raw taking place over there. We just had a very, very interesting Raw take place over there as well too. But before we get into that, Puck, if you're still with us, you know what I'm saying? We want to sit over here and talk about these shows a little bit, get a little bit of Puck's perspective on what's going on in wrestling today. this past week. So without further ado, we're going to get into this week in wrestling. Now, why did that play twice? Good
I
Lord.
don't. I think I have no idea, but I
Yeah,
mean,
but Puck, I want to ask you a quick question.
Yep.
On Monday, this past Monday, did you feel like this kid right here?
now, and I just want to
Sure.
and I want to throw
Sure.
this out there. I want to throw this out there because AJ wasn't here last week. After Elimination Chamber happened, everybody was probably expecting us to be like, "Oh, we should be talking about what happened with John Cena." No one knew that we had you on this week. They're not gonna know till they see this.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, it made no sense to talk about John Cena than having who I believe is the biggest John Cena fan that I personally know, being you on the show. So now back to this young man. Just give us
Yo, this dude, bro.
give us your emotions as you look at this young man.
It felt that way. But I was like, and when he cooked him, I was like, yo, bro, damn. But at the same time, I was like, I left like watching this promo and I was like, yo, like, seeing his first heel promo, like, this motherfucker is one of the greatest to ever do it. Like,
Yeah.
it was one of the greatest heel promos like I've ever watched, bro. Like, what I was just like captivated the whole time. It was just I loved it. I mean, as like obviously if I was that age, I'd have felt like that. But as an adult, I was like, yo, this guy is like one of the illest to ever be on a microphone ever. Like,
I do feel like 14, 15-year-old Puck was probably like this
right.
kid. Like, what the
Absolutely,
fuck?
man. Absolutely, man. I mean, bro had the full fit. Like, he just got off the tee and everything. Like, man, yeah, that was.
I'm gonna say this real quick. If this wasn't a kid, if this wasn't like a minor, he would be on the cover this week. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
if it was the guy behind him with the hoodie,
Yeah, like
Just the most popular man in wrestling this week, right?
yeah,
there.
like
God.
this kid, yo, shout out to this kid. Also, it's like it's like he's not even crying. He's just like, dude, why me?
He's like, yo, me?
look
I'm
at
not
his face. He's just like, yo.
This whole arena is cooking you but me, and you're gonna pick out me, bro? Like, that's what made it even more.
I supported you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I made my. First of all, this how you know this kid is legit, bro. This young man literally made his parents go to the stand, buy the hat, buy the shirt, all the wristband, all
On
that
site.
shit.
On site.
He had to take off what he had.
Sticker still on.
Sticker still
on from the
fucking
superstore.
shirt.
The superstore sticker is still on the shirt.
Mind you, he either had to take what he had on and put it in his mom's purse,
Right.
or B, he had to put the shirt over this, so he's really got on two shirts. So he's hot as shit in this arena with this hat on, just waiting to hear. Da, 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 da. And then John
Cena, of all people here, John Cena picks me.
And his parents might not even know. Mom's probably like, "Hey man, give me that shit. We taking that back to the merch store right now."
Dog, I promise
we're taking it back to the stand, man.
I promise you, if it was me, dog, I would legitimately, like, fam. If I was Cody, I'm flying this kid out to Mania, dog. I'm putting him in a skybox, front row, something like, bro.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, bro.
yeah, like it was. This was something. Like, okay, so Raw. First of all, how cool was it that we got Raw at 3:00 in the afternoon?
Oh my god,
that was very cool.
Oh god, it was amazing, and we're gonna get it for the next 2
again,
weeks.
the next
Yeah.
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
You know,
Yeah.
next Monday is gonna be
Lunchtime Raw.
yeah,
Raw is lunch.
Right.
like 4 o'clock Eastern. I should say Eastern. You know what I'm saying? Because we
Yeah.
might have listeners that's like, of course, in different time zones, of course.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like it was like really cool because like typically, I'm working during the day. It's one of my remote days. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working and everything, and typically my days is over at 4 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And usually, like, I go to the gym right after work. But Monday, I said, okay, I don't think I'm going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Because literally at 3 o'clock, Raws comes like Raw.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like this is like one of the coolest things about, Raw being coming to Netflix, you know what I'm saying, is that they made a rule saying like, hey, no matter where we are in the world, we're going live. And like I love that. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're kind of getting out of that tape delay era now where when it comes down to now on SmackDown side, I think they're probably still gonna be on that, but
They
I
are.
know here in the U.S., SmackDown is on USA, but internationally, I believe it's on Netflix. If I'm not wrong,
It it
or
depends because like some of it, like I think in the UK it's still TNT Sports, but
mhm.
it may have switched to Netflix. But I
Yeah,
know like
I think
I
they
think
might be
I
all
think
Netflix now.
everything WWE's Netflix outside of like the North American continent, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah.
So like yeah,
So I think I think that's really really cool. Like, and just sitting there and watching Raw, and then it's off by like 5:30, and I'm just like, okay, what the hell comes on Monday nights? It's not football season. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a football
get
guy,
you
so
some. Hey man,
I'm like, what the hell comes on
shout out to my
Mondays?
hometown.
you
Shout out to
know?
my hometown, Memphis Tigers. Shout out to my
Yeah.
college basketball team, Duke. Hey, bro, some college basketball going on, so
Yeah, it
catch you
is
some
March
tourney,
Madness.
catch you some
Yeah, it's some
tourney games.
tournament
You know what I'm
play.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? But like I just like, oh, that was like really, really cool to see that. So Puck, like, as the John Cena guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, first of all, the show comes on. Like, the one thing I like, you know what I'm saying, one thing I like about how they did this is that Raw came on, it was exciting, it was electric and everything, and then they let it get really quiet in there.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew John Cena at some point was coming, at some point during that show, but you didn't know that he was opening the show. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So like, how did it feel for you, like when the music hit, you saw the Titantron, then you saw him come out to
Yeah,
the
I was just, and they were like hype. But I was just like ready for that. I knew that it was gonna be the first heel promo. So I mean, it's just
yeah.
like, what is this dude gonna say on the mic? Like, I can't wait. Like, just, and he just delivered. I felt like that you. I mean, I'm sure you both feel that way too. I'm sure, but it's
I
like,
yeah, like I man, like first of all, I know a lot of people was expecting like, okay, I think he's going to drop the jean shorts. He's not going to come out with the shirt. He's not going to
right,
do any of that. Like, it's
right,
going to be a totally different John Cena. But when he came out with those jean shorts and that shirt, I just bust out laughing because I was
yeah,
like, he didn't change a damn thing. At
yeah,
least not yet. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
yet, not
But
yet.
the rain of boos that came out, I was like, okay,
yeah,
we really here. Like, we
yeah,
are really, really
It
here.
it
yeah,
was so surreal not seeing him take the towel and throw it to the crowd
yeah.
and
Surreal
literally
is the greatest word, bro.
and
That's how
just
Yeah.
I felt.
put it on the mat. And
Yeah,
I was
Yeah.
just like, the whole time I'm watching this, like
yeah.
in my sick mind, I've got the God rest his soul. I have the Wyndham Rotunda Bray Wyatt laugh on my head because I'm like, he called it. He said this was gonna happen,
Wow,
and
very true, man.
literally, like it
Very
was
true.
just so hilarious. Like he started calling people. He was like, "I'm in a toxic relationship, and you guys just
Bars.
abusing me. And
Yeah.
what about
Yeah.
my feelings?" And
Yeah. Yeah. Bars.
I'm
That's
like,
all.
Win
damn.
and win and win and
And
win.
with it all,
Oh
I
my
just
god.
all you want is more and more and more. And
Yeah,
I'm like, damn. And jokingly, but I'm like, damn. This is how I sound when I'm fucking with AJ from the episodes he's not
Mm,
here.
that's funny.
It's
That's funny. That's funny. That's some funny shit right
because
there.
like that's how I sound. I'm like, damn, I sound like this. Like, damn.
The
But
thing
nah.
is, John was right. You're always wrong.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
that's the
Sure,
thing.
sure, 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 sure.
That's the thing.
But
John.
nah, On some real shit, man. I was just
Yeah,
like, yo, like this is so perfect. And like the reason I really love this is because obviously I knew from jump John was not going to do 52 fucking weeks. And the people who thought John was going to wrestle 52 weeks, come on, man.
Yeah,
But
you're a
I
smoking
love
crack.
that. Yeah, I love that now for every show he doesn't go to, it just adds more fucking heat to like, hey,
Yeah,
John's not coming to see you, mark motherfuckers. And it's just like, bro, I cannot wait to see how this progresses because I'm not gonna lie, Cody came out and barred his ass up right quick
he
too.
did. He did.
yeah, yeah. He did.
And for anybody that ever thought that Cody was not over like Rover or hot as fish grease, him doing that
Hey,
in the UK
lock in.
was like the like, come on, man. Like he told him, he said, man, bring the real John Cena, not this whiny little bitch, and drop the mic. And I was like, yeah, Cody, like what they did to you outside in the rain with that belt is light work to what they're gonna do to you this year.
Yeah,
So yeah, I can't wait. This is definitely gonna go from well, you know, it's whatever to nah, we locked in now.
yeah,
We
yeah,
locked in for
yeah.
sure.
I think it was also I think it was a masterclass on John's part and on Cody's part because John was able to generate so much heat and put it on him. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And like transfer a lot of the momentum over to Cody because it's like literally Cody's the guy. Like
Yeah.
he's the guy. You know, even John mentioned in that promo was like, "Oh, y'all got a shiny new toy now that y'all
Yep.
gonna suck the life out of just like y'all sucked it
Yep.
out of me." And I'm like,
Yep.
"Yeah, this is like he's putting Cody over something crazy in that even in
Mm-hmm.
that whole thing even though he's like insulting Cody or insulting the idea of like who Cody is going to become, which is basically this generation's John Cena. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? In the grand scheme of things, like I think that was a artful masterclass, like of like making a controlled chaos for both of them that's going to work eventually for in the long run. And Cody coming out, standing his ground, acting like some hey look this ain't this John Cena like this is a mannequin of John Cena I'm talking to. Like this ain't the real one. So like right now, like you acting like a little bitch right now. So I don't even want to talk to you. I'm the champ. You feel me? Like that's what that's the energy that Cody came with, and I think Cody really let his nuts hang in that promo, and I think it was like really really great to see. And then next week they're in. Let's see, this Friday they're in Italy. So next week they're in. Man, where are they next week? Are they in? They're not in the UK. They're in.
I'm about to tell you. I mean, we have the power of the internet right
Yeah,
here.
we have the
You know
power
what I'm
of the internet
saying?
to tell us. But next week, Cody and John are going to be under the same roof again. So we're going to get the same confrontation
So
hopefully.
we have
But they are in Italy for SmackDown this Friday for sure.
yeah, they're in Italy for sure. And again, that is not the date. That's the other dates they just added. Which, as we're getting that pulled up, shout out to them adding Backlash that does not have WrestleMania attached to it. So we're going back to old school Backlash,
Oh, it's
which
been like
I
that for a while.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I
WrestleMania Backlash drop. Oh, but you were just pointing out that thank God that's all because I think right after WrestleMania 38, that was the one in Dallas, right? Yeah, I think because that one was WrestleMania Backlash after that, and then after that they just dropped it. Like
so they are going to be in Glasgow, Scotland, which
Scotland,
is
so they're in Drew land. Yeah, they in
well,
Drew
not
land.
just Drew Land. I think Ms. Will breeze by it. I think Jay Uso's partner next week might be a guy. If you say his name, he might appear. So
Oh,
Oh
Hendry.
wow,
Oh wow.
that's
Well,
hard. I fuck
well,
with
I
if
that.
it is Joe, if it
I
is Joe
fuck with
Hendry,
that.
that would be pretty cool. That would be.
yeah, you want to talk about hey, like we are currently we're gonna start. I'm gonna start a running gag now, so y'all remember this.
Mm.
If Joe Hendry pops up the next mid cards episode, I'm gonna come on here and be like, WWE is 20% now owner of TNA
Yeah,
Wrestling.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if Jay brings out Joe Hendry in Scotland,
Yeah,
That
that's gonna be
guess
dude, that
so.
explosive.
would be sick as fuck.
So
Yeah.
it's Scotland and London. London
London.
is the
Okay, London
31st.
is after
London's the
that. So
31st.
yeah, so we
So
got another 4 o'clock. So we have a 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time Raw on Netflix. Monday, coming live from Scotland. So, and I'm pretty sure the Scottish psychopath himself, Drew McIntyre, is going to be in the building for that too. He never
I
misses
would
a time in Scotland.
I
Like,
would imagine, because I know he's on SmackDown. There's probably gonna be like at bare minimum, uh, dark
well, they're
match or
doing the
something.
floating thing right now too because this Friday, like SmackDown is loaded with everybody. Like CM Punk is going to be on SmackDown.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
so
CM
is
Punk and Seth are gonna be on SmackDown.
and
So,
Roman's there as well too. So
well, Roman's on. Well,
Roman
Roman's
is Roman's a
tech.
free agent. Roman's
Yeah,
really a free
but I
agent.
mean, that's one of those things. It's like, if you're really being a mark about that, who gives a fuck? Like, bro, like just watch the damn show. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that to you. I'm just saying this in general. Like, bro,
Yeah.
we're
But I mean, this is the
if
normal thing that happens with WrestleMania, though. Like
yeah, like
WrestleMania
it's
season, everybody's on the same shows until after WrestleMania. Like that's just the formula of it all.
yeah.
Really.
So just for reference, so we have SmackDown in Italy, Raw will be in Scotland, SmackDown will be at the O2
The
that
O2 Arena.
Friday, and they'll be at Raw for the O2 that Monday. And in between time, they'll have a tour in Austria, a tour in the Netherlands. So our first show back in the US will be at Allstate in Chicago for SmackDown. And like you said,
Ooh-wee.
Punk is not missing.
Punk is not missing that
Yeah,
SmackDown. Punk
nah,
is
that,
going to
Nah.
be in Chicago.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago made Phil will definitely be at that show.
Oh yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, like again, like that was wonderful segment and everything. Now you brought up somebody. You
Oh
brought up
yeah.
someone
Yeah.
in this discussion before when you talked about a possible tag. Well, not a possible tag team, a teammate or whatever. But Jay Uso, we got to talk about Jay Uso, man. we
Lay off the libations.
look, man. Um, you know, I am for one not going to be upset if Gunther retains at WrestleMania. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Like
I'm gonna be real. I want Gunther. Okay, all right. I've said this before privately,
mhm.
but I'll say it publicly. I feel like if you really want heat, right, like overwhelming heat, I would have Jey Uso win at Mania only for John to be the one to take it off of Jey Uso just to get ultra heat, because him beating Cody doesn't do anything for John. However, him beating the crowd's favorite
yeah,
person, like
way
their
more heat.
O2 Jeff Hardy, that would get a lot of heat, and then that could lead into other matches with John, because obviously if Jay gets punked like that, Roman's not gonna like that. Then you could get into just different things with that. Now that being said, we are still a month away from WrestleMania, and anything can change. And when Corey Graves has to fill in, and even he's like, because he did the cross. First off, he did a sunset flip and just tanked.
And
Just
tanked
tanked.
and hit his head and tanked, and then he ran back in the ring. I'm all right, y'all. I'm all right. It's like
Ran
that's
back
great that
in
you're all right.
and then tried to hit a spear that was so bad. Michael Cole called it a crossbody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then when he
That's
won the
brutal.
match, Corey was like, "That's it. It's over already."
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, man.
No, look, I like Jay. I like Jay a
We
lot.
all like
Okay?
Jay.
I like
Yeah,
but-
Jay.
man.
I need Jay. This is what I need. Jay to do.
Oh god.
I need Jay to get his ass in the gym because he has 1 month. He has literally 1 month. Today's the 19th. breaking the fourth wall. Today's the 19th. WrestleMania night 1 is the 19th of April. You got 1 month, dude. I need you to lose like 15 pounds, like seriously, because if you're not gonna do that, then that top you come on as your entrance attire, you need to keep that on. Because it's like he had a few too many over there, like a few
And
too
that's
many
what I'm
beers,
saying,
and
man. Like,
it's just not looking believable, man.
put
I'm
that
just
shit down, bruh. Like, it's
yeah,
not that
like
serious,
get
my
out
boy.
them pubs, like stay out the pubs. You know what I'm
Get
saying?
out of here, man.
Like I as someone who's just had their first beer in like maybe 2 years, like last week. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
wow.
Like, hey man, I see I can't do it. I can't do it all the time, bro. Like I can't. And I know being on the road is like a lot. All right. Like
Yeah.
I know that. But dude, you're the Royal Rumble winner. Okay. You're about to main event WrestleMania. Even if it's not in the main event of either one of those nights, you still have a co-main event. You have a very important match for this World Heavyweight
He's the
Championship.
fucking man.
You
Like,
gotta make this believable, bro. Like it's just like I'm sorry. Like I usually like to shoot a little bit of bail here and everything like that, but I just what I saw Monday, man. It wasn't good, Jay. It
and
wasn't good.
thank God we have the possibility of either like an Uso reunion match or Joe Hendry popping up to save us, and that way he can get a week of not showing off the singles action. We can
Yeah,
just draw back for this for a week. But in that time, my boy, drink some water, leave them
yeah.
pubs
Detox
and that chicken
a
alone.
lot. Fat.
I know it ain't no Waffle House over there, so leave that goddamn Nando's alone, man. Like,
Man.
just sit your
Stay out the
ass
chocolate shops, man.
shops, bro.
Leave that
No,
chocolate
no
alone,
truffles,
bro.
bro. No
No
truffles. No
truffles.
truffles.
Leave it
No
alone.
truffles. No
No, don't
truffles.
even touch the sausage on the sausage trucks. Like, don't get a sausage. No bread. No bread, man.
Don't be backstage. Somebody, damn, oh, she ain't bring me no plate. No,
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 no. I
no,
did not bring you a
no.
plate.
Take
No.
your ass to the gym,
Leave the
man.
mid Carters in catering alone.
I
Leave
know
them
you
alone.
saying. I know you probably look at like, well, damn, man. Sheamus can do the workout and get her. Nah, that's
Man,
him.
that's
You
Sheamus.
don't.
That's
You
Sheamus.
built different. Like, just
Sheamus is
don't.
also like 6'8" and like 270, bro. Like you Jay is like
Sheamus, he's a
5'11".
yeah.
We're like the same height, bro. Like, nah, we're not
Yeah.
doing this, bro.
Let's not do that.
Yeah,
And
let's
yeah,
not do that.
man, sit your ass at
Like
home.
Gunther is a machine. You have to understand. Gunther is a machine.
Absolute dog.
And that's
So
why I have to give him credit, because Gunther was big like that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he said, "All right, I need to be on this main roster." He didn't. It wasn't just him. He said, the whole Imperium
The
is about to
all
get cut.
Imperium going on a diet.
If I can't eat, you can't eat,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah.
Everybody got cut.
Everybody got to
So,
get chiseled. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And it's just, of course, this is
man.
not the days of old. You know what I'm saying? Like in that matter, but it's also presentation is everything. And if you want them to make you the guy, right? You have to look like the guy. You have to do that, Jay. Like you got to, bro. Like you gotta look like the guy. You gotta get ripped up. You gotta look clean. You gotta get very, very presentable to be that.
Mind
Otherwise,
you,
Gunther gonna power bomb you the shit out of you, and you gonna lose in less than 5 minutes.
and
Like
it don't
that's just
help.
what.
It don't help that your cousins and brothers are literally going for the fucking mid card title on SmackDown and putting on fire matches.
Yeah.
And that's for the US title, let alone you being the guy that they said, hey, you eliminated John Cena. And low key, you kicked off this John Cena heel turn.
Yeah.
All for you to just be
And your
tired by the
big
time you
cousin
get.
is Roman Reigns, man.
That's what
Like,
I'm
look
saying.
at Roman.
You know what I would kill to get a Roman Gunther WrestleMania main event?
That's what
That's
bro.
what I'm saying.
That, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Like Puck, I don't know like how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like Jay was getting, he was catching it a lot on like the internet. Not that we give a
Yeah.
shit about the internet or whatever, but
No,
um
I don't really be body shaming, so but I
yeah,
understand. But as far as from a wrestling standpoint, no, I understand. Like you got to make it believable, and like uh, I mean, his pops. You know what I'm saying? It is what it
yeah,
is. But
yeah,
but like I guess like I don't know, but it's like you said, like dude, this is your time. Like it should be worth it. Like right now to put it all down and kind of cut it out,
yeah,
make the body believable because like you said, like if you're not doing that there the crowd is really the what's saving because you're so anyway. So
yeah,
but like Cornette has been saying for a minute like that's like who I always bring up on reviews. I know it's like cringe, but he always
yeah,
will be like say like he fucks with him, but he always says that he thinks his like work is sloppy and shit. So I'm like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's
But
been a criticism when it comes to Jay.
right,
Is that his
right.
work? Now, I'm going to say this. I think his best work still was the Thunderdome era, like his work
Oh
during that
my
time. Like I
God,
think he was wrestling his
easily.
ass off in the Thunderdome, and it's just
Roman
like,
had that boy in shape because he
yeah,
was
it's
like,
just like, dude, like, it's not necessarily a what happened thing because I mean, come on, like he's over like Rover today. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
not really a what happened thing, but and I understand it's difficult to try to being on the road. This is a 365, sometimes 66 day business. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like, and I know it can be hard to like try to you constantly on the go and everything like that. But it's just like this is like you call yourself main event Jay Uso back then.
You gotta be
You gotta fit that, man. You
yeah,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure. And
Like,
it took me like on just like a personal fan point, it took me a minute to I was super late to get for you to get over on me. I'll keep it real.
yeah, me too.
Last summer it took me all the way to be I was like, this is just some kid shit, like whatever. Like then
Yeah,
like fucking last summer when Raw was in Dayton and like it just got to see it like for myself, I was like, all right, like and just having like the whole arena, I was like, all right, bet like this is.
yeah,
And then all right, I'm in. Like it's I'm over. Like I'm fucking with
yeah,
it. So yeah, and then like seeing him win like the Rumble. So yeah, like definitely rooting for bro. But yeah, I feel what you're saying for sure.
yeah,
And like
yeah.
I saw that like and like you said the work sloppy like a little bit. But yeah, Thunderdome era was fire as fuck. So I don't know. But yeah, we'll see, we'll see. He needs to like he's the Nando's. That's cutting the Nando's out over there. It's hilarious.
Yeah, man, he gotta. He not gonna yeet his way up out of this, bro. Like,
Yeah,
"Hope not."
yeah, he's
not
not,
you, not
man.
yeah,
So we'll see. We'll see. It's just how bad do you want it, Jay? Like that's really what it comes down to. It's so bad. I won't even say it's so bad, right? But it's so like worrisome a little bit because I saw people taking up for Austin Theory. Like y'all liked Austin Theory. Like, dude, y'all
Oh my
y'all
God.
never liked
As
Austin Theory. Like,
somebody that
stop it, bro.
as somebody that likes Austin Theory, I can tell you, y'all motherfuckers don't like
Y'all
Austin
never
Theory,
liked Austin
man.
Theory, bro. Now, I think Austin Theory is talented. I think that he could be something. I could have been something, but I think he was handed like almost any and everything to be that, and he just wasn't. So I'm not. We're not gonna sit up here and act like, man, how do you, like? I'm not gonna let y'all fly with this. How could they waste Austin Theory like this? I'm sorry, what?
yeah. No, it's not.
I
Fucking come
mean,
off
look,
chump.
man. Look,
Vince
man.
the only person there with like,
Man, like,
Yeah.
come on, dude. Like, what? Wasting Austin Theory, like
I don't
in
think
2025.
but
I'm
you
not.
have to
We're not
remember
doing this,
there's
bro.
not logic. There's no logic when these people use certain words. And it's like y'all don't know what burial really means. Y'all don't know
Yeah,
what
oh,
over really
right.
means, to be honest with you. So I get it. You guys have probably spent more time on the internet and not you too, but I'm saying the people who are doing this dumb shit. Y'all are just in these, spaces and Twitter debates and I think you've really forgotten at the end of the day that just because you played SmackDown versus Raw GM mode as a kid, that mean you know how to book a wrestling program.
Right.
Yeah.
And the terms are cooked, like you said. The terms are cooked.
And
They need to
remember,
just throw them all out at this point.
Yeah.
and just remember one thing: it's for the kids.
Yeah.
So
That-
you
oh
know,
my God, yes.
whether it's
Yeah.
the kid and us watching it or the little boy getting barred up, it's
Let
for
me
the
tell you something.
kids.
They want to sell yeet glasses and Pentamask. That's what they want to sell right now.
Yes,
They don't give a
man.
damn about y'all grown asses, bro.
Yes,
They
bro.
don't
That
care,
is
bro.
like that's the biggest reality hit right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, let's always remember that. Period.
Always,
You know what I'm saying?
always.
Like,
that
so
should be like 10 commandments of like wrestling fans. And it's like remember that it's for the fucking kids.
it literally is, man. And
Going
like,
back to Uso though, what I was thinking
yeah,
like is like also it's hard to feel bad for you because like I would be under like I don't know about y'all, but like I just be living in Dayton and like smoking weed and drinking with my friends and eating like a you know a dickhead. But like if I was like on a WWE roster, I get like you're moving around right and it's hard or whatever. But
yeah,
at the same time, you're around like people who are straight like physical dogs. Like so
yeah,
on just some
absolutely.
peer pressure shit, I would be like, I gotta make sure I'm not, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I would feel like we're like paranoid not being like on some dope shit than not being, you know, being letting my body go a little bit.
Especially when your job is to like, perform and stay
Right,
in
if I'm
shape.
getting paid,
Yeah, like
definitely.
come on, like we're not gonna like if LeBron James started just going on a burger diet all of a sudden, I
Right.
think that would be like,
Exactly.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Is everything okay? And mind you, he's 40 years old, but
Mhm.
I'm
Right.
saying like a LeBron James of like 31, like what are you doing? Like
Yeah.
trying to win championships,
Right, at
why
his
are you
prime, like
eating
in
Wendy's
Miami
all the time?
Braun.
Yeah, like Miami
Yeah,
Braun.
not like headband Braun.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm
headband
saying?
Braun.
Like,
He eating Wendy's and going to Wet Willie's. Like it's just like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, bro? Like,
motherfuckers at Dave and Buster's fucking up them wings. Like,
Right,
yeah, like
at,
what
like
are
the
you
most
doing, bro?
important time of his career.
But a few other notes that I want to like make before we get out of here and everything. It looks like the triple threat is really being set for Rhea, EO, and Bianca Belair. Honestly, this WrestleMania looks like it's going to be triple threat loaded, bro. Like we're that's really the direction it's heading towards, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
But I really love what they're doing with EO. It's the funniest thing, like how they're like trying to little sis EO in this whole situation, but she keeps slapping the shit out of both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all not gonna take my moment. You know what I'm saying? She looking like a spoiled child and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. But seeing like how they're bringing that all together in order to make it a triple threat, I think is very, very clean on creative note, on the creative side and everything like that. Bianca, Rhea, and EO getting into a scrap backstage. I think Adam Pearce is really stressed out on Monday. You know what I'm saying? I think he had
Yeah.
he went from breaking that up to Jay about to come out and then getting into it with Gunther. It's just too much stuff.
Mind you, the week before he had to talk Roman off the ledge. From
He had to talk
Seth.
Roman off the ledge from killing
the
Seth.
week before that.
Yeah,
Punk and Seth just went the whole arena.
Yeah, Adam Pearce. I think Adam Pearce is way more stressed than Nick Aldis.
Because Nick don't play that shit.
Yeah, I think Nick don't. Nick just probably don't play that shit, and then Nick just be like, you know what? I don't care. Whatever. Let's just make the match.
For the record, Nick got motherfuckers hitting snap pile drivers out there, and they both got their own struggles. So
so and then Rhea signs the contract. Now look, y'all got to chill. Talking about Rhea can't just sign the contract and all that. It's not the first time in history of WWE where it's happened.
Children,
again, this is for the Shawn Michaels did this before.
There's no lie.
Like John Cena signed a contract that he ain't had no business signing. This is not the first time.
Why are we trying to turn into fucking well, actually, no, motherfucker. Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride that Triple H is taking you on. Like, god damn, bro.
Like, yeah, like, oh yeah, Rhea Ripley was gonna be a fucking enforcer in this match. No, dumbass.
For the record, Rhea is the form. Like, she just lost. She has a rematch clause. Like, I don't know why. We throw. You remember this stuff in history, right? Of wrestling. Like, someone loses their title, they get a rematch clause. Like, that stuff
Bro,
is
I
still
see Stone
there.
Cold
Like,
did
what
this
are we
shit
doing,
all
bro?
throughout 1999, dog. Like, this is all he did. Like literally.
Like, I thought she was just gonna lose the belt and just be like, oh well, I guess I'll just go wrestle anyone on WrestleMania. Like,
Yeah, like y'all
shut the
thought her
fuck
and
up.
Lyra Valkyrie were finna have.
Yeah, like I think I'll go off the intercontinental title now. Like, come on, bro.
No,
Stop it,
bro.
But yeah, that was really cool. Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor. Hoops. Real hoops. Also, yes, go ahead.
Puck, have you ever seen the movie How to Be a Player?
Yo, tell me why oh my god, no, I'll tell you, but my homie hits me about this movie all the time, bro.
All right, so I just want to let you know this is how Finn Balor feels right
It's
now.
a Def Jam movie, right?
Hate you, young son of a bitch. You don't do shit. You don't vote. Fucking rabbits, all you do is eat shit. Fuck 'em. That's all right. Your mama's a man.
Oh my god.
That's how Finn feels every time
feels.
he walks out into that Judgment Day clubhouse. He's like, dog, what the fuck is going on back here?
Yeah.
And like, I'm not gonna lie, this week, this might be. I'm hoping we get Braun Penta. We may get Braun Penta, Dom, Finn, Fatal 4-Way at Mania for the IC title. But one thing about it, two things for sure. Finn Balor about to put belt to ass to Dom Mysterio very soon. And I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. This is about to be fun.
I'm interested to see, like, I know certain assumptions out there is that new member of Judgment Day is the returning Aleister Black, but I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's Aleister, or if that's Aleister Black, aka Tommy End. Like, I don't know if that's him or not. I don't know if they are adding a new member or anything like that, but clearly there's some fractures that's on the way to where Judgment Day is probably going to be changing again sometime soon.
Yeah.
So that was, we will see. We will wait and see. But it is very exciting to see finally that Penta made it known that I'm coming after the IC belt. So Penta is moving very quickly. You know what I'm saying? So we about to see real hoops.
Yeah, that's fire. I do fuck with him.
Also,
I love Penta.
He turned right now. His brother got a vignette on SmackDown.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Ray Phoenix is free. He's free. He's on the way.
Fine.
I feel like Vince Carter in that damn retirement ceremony.
Yeah, hey, big lucha hours, bro. Like, it's so lucha right now. Chad Gable was doing things I ain't never seen Chad Gable do as a luchador, bro.
That's the thing. All right, not to be funny. I genuinely think they got someone else just for the time being under the mask, because you notice they've been having them on screen at the same time. So like, I think
in a way it's something like going on
there's
here.
something
Like, I don't
cool.
know if he taking the mask off and handing it to dude, but I know the week before when security was out there, dog, I ain't never seen somebody run so fast. I said, yo, he need to be at the combine. Because that motherfucker was moving.
Dog,
dude.
yeah. I know there's probably gonna be a draft afterwards or something, man. Please let my son Chad Gable get that U.S. title, man. Just do something with my boy, man. Like, he's too funny, dog.
Yeah,
he is hilarious.
that stuff is hard. Like, it's really cool. But Penta and Braun Breaker.
Oh my god.
Hey, yes.
Oh,
yes.
God. I feel the mana in my veins right now.
I think they had a match in Cincy. The first I missed Penta when he came out in Cincy like a couple weeks ago. So I wanted to go step. They had like the all red on. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, ring gear is crazy, man.
Dog, the amount of toys they're about to sell with Penta, dog.
Yeah.
You about to get so much, and then just even with like the Topps trading card
Yeah.
sponsorships and fanatics and so much shit, man. Oh, dog, they're like
Yeah,
Pence is about to break
he's
the
gonna
fucking
be.
mold, dog.
I'm going to get a mask. I'm getting a Penta
Yeah,
mask. I don't care, dude. I'm
definitely.
getting that mask.
Yeah.
Like that. That
Uh,
joint is hard. Uh, one more thing before we get out, I just want to say, congrats to the Street Profits. You finally, you losers have won something. So they finally defeated DIY. Actually, a one half of the Street Profits. I want to say. I think Montez Ford is cool, but but they beat DIY. They're now the tag champions. Like, hey, we finally did it, guys. We finally did it. I just don't know how much longer Montez is gonna keep carrying Angelo Dawkins' water, bro. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. But hey,
hey man, salute to the Street Profits winning.
the Motor City Machine Guns will be back. We'll be back. We'll be back soon.
Oh, I'm expecting a Mania just like crazy match because they'll be back. Shout out to my the Yes Boys, pretty deadly. Shout
Yeah,
out to the Garza cousins hooping, tag team wise. So yeah. And I said it earlier, but shout out to my boy Jacob Fatu, man, just on a run right now. That's just
yeah. Jake, Randy is back, being Randy. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Randy has going for WrestleMania.
him and KO
him and Mello was hooping.
Yeah,
Oh man,
and shout out to Mello. Shout out
Yeah.
to I mean, it's been real good across all three shows. Like it's been picking up. It's been picking up.
Also, I definitely want to shout out B Fab. B Fab
Put on.
got her a match with Charlotte. Got
Put
her a
on,
match with
man.
Charlotte. That's pretty big, man. That's pretty
Oh,
big.
and shout out to Dotlet Tiffany Stratton right after the match too. She was I am Stratton because
Yeah, like so that's really it's SmackDown
Mania season, man.
It's Mania season. It's going
Yeah.
on. And this SmackDown coming up this Friday, live from Italy, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman under the same roof, man. So we got a big one coming this Friday.
All eyes are on Paul Heyman. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Paul is going to be really, really, really stretched in the middle there between his tribal chief and his guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're gonna see exactly how this pans out. Of course, we're all thinking triple threat. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Triple threat in that situation. So more to come. Also, Damian Priest and
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. Hey, that's long-term booking right there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta remember that.
Fade on site.
Fade on site. We this is all gearing up to be a really, really great WrestleMania for sure. NXT was solid again. Shout out to Stephanie Valkyrie, double champ.
Told y'all a year ago on Luchador Mount Rushmore. Tried to tell y'all. Hey,
she got it quick. She got it real quick. So shout out to her. Shout out to Julia. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Grace, Jada Parker. I will give you my number soon. Roxanne. It's going. Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints.
Ricky Saints.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that name, man.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to it. I'm so used to Ricky Starks, but
it's not that I hate it. I'm just not used to it.
You're just not used to it. That's all it is.
Yeah, and it's going to by stand and deliver. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll be like, he's Ricky Saints.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Shout out to the whole up and coming roster on NXT. We in for some good shit, man. I'm just gonna be watching patiently and just enjoying my lunch break Raws and
Yes, sir.
Going from there.
Yes, sir. So my man Puck, look, we definitely enjoyed having you here tonight. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for pulling up. Where can everyone find you? What do you have coming up? Is there a special WrestleMania package on the way from OTR?
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having me on, and appreciate it. Love hearing you guys chop it up about wrestling. It's so good. Like it's dope. Like I focus most of my time, like I said, like on like old product, listening to old podcasts, watching old stuff about old stuff. So when I hear like dudes that really just chop it up and know their stuff about the like current product, that's great. But just Pucks out here on Twitter and Off the Rope on Instagram, and definitely new stuff coming for WrestleMania weekend. So for
Yes,
sure.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So make sure y'all check that out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all tap in with OTR, with Off the Rope. Hey, the merch is merching. You know what I'm saying? Like it's off the chain. You know what I'm saying? As a fellow Midwesterner, just like my guy Puck here, man, make sure y'all support my homie. Continued success for him, and definitely heading into his 10th year of doing all this, and that right there is just nothing short of amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like it literally is life changing. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really great to see. And again, we definitely enjoyed having you here. We can't wait to have you here again, or even on our other platforms on the union as well too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Definitely
you
talk
know,
some
show
shit.
your work and guess it from the stands. Like
And just
we
other
definitely
stuff.
want you to pull up and definitely embrace all of that as well too. But we got anything coming up, Larry?
I mean, just if y'all want to see the quote unquote unfriendly version of this podcast next week, me and AJ will be going at it. This is basically Showdown Part 3, but the unofficial one, because I'm being put on trial. I still don't know why, but a subpoena is supposed to be coming through. So I'll be getting more detail on why I'm being tried for my heinous actions against the universe. I'm not even going to say America because this is bigger than America, apparently. Outside of that, though, I just want to give
So
a
you're
big...
a war criminal, is what they're saying. You're a war. This is Interpol almost. Okay, cool.
I will be counseling with my good brother who helps me, with my parlays and with just navigating through this life. So shout out to big
Oh my
brother,
God.
big little brother, comrade Hasbula. Salute to you. Yeah, everything is good though. Shout out to Show Your Work. We are on 216 episodes now, so
Yeah.
trying to keep on going week by week, brick by brick. Shout out to Guess It From the Stands. Everybody except Earl. Shout out to y'all. Y'all keep the show
See,
going.
Earl's the real enemy here. He just always try to make me the enemy.
You chuckle and giggle too much when he says things. Basically,
I mean, I'm just a watcher on the wall.
okay. Well, but other than that, and also, shout out to my brother Youngin. Columbus is on. Shout out to Winston. Shout out to just everybody doing their thing right now, man. And I just want to say, I hope everybody is enjoying themselves, getting prepared for Mania weekend, and just stay safe out there. Don't take tomorrow for granted. Enjoy today. And that's
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir. And they couldn't have said it any better. And I really don't have anything else to say after that. But hey, we back once again. You know what I'm saying? Early access for our Patreons is going to be coming up first, of course. You know what I'm saying? We got to feed those people, those good people. Shout out to everybody that's been joining the Patreon, by the way.
Yes.
Man. Like y'all been lighting it up. Y'all been going crazy. I appreciate it. The bank account appreciates you. And
we get to do cooler shit like this because of y'all. So,
So definitely, keep lighting that up. We got more content coming to Patreon soon. Of course, we just gotta, life just happens. Like like it just is what it is. But we appreciate y'all, and keep locking in, keep tapping in. Again, shout out to OTR, shout out to Puck. We out of here, yo.
Peace, yo.
Thank you for listening to Mid Carters and Catering Podcast, a weekly podcast focused on pro wrestling and sports entertainment. Mid Carters and Catering Podcast is created and executive produced by Amir Johnson. Music, Miami Boulevard by Offbeat Ninja and Maple by Blair North. Special thanks goes out to Show Your Work Network and Guessing from the Stands podcast. Mid Carters and Catering is powered by the Union.